Evening, everyone, and thank you all for coming out today. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but dream, not only plan, but also believe. Graduation day brings with it a roller coaster of emotions for grads, families, and well-wishers. It is a time of celebration and achievement, a time for reflection on our journey, a time where we celebrate our successes, a time where we say goodbye to all the fun times and say hello, world, as we embrace the future. University officials, Mr. Matthew Park, Associate Vice President and Dean of Students, Dr. Jeffrey Hood and wife, Heidi Hakimi Hood, Dr. Heidi Hakimi Hood, specially invited guests, our guest speaker, Heritage Church Assembly of God staff, the Caribbean Students Organization alumni, parents, friends, well-wishers, graduates, all. Welcome to the Caribbean Students Organization Spring 2021 graduation. I am your former president 2016-2017 and alumni graduation advisor, Miss Conica Digans. And today I have the honor of introducing the Masters of Ceremony for today's celebration. These two individuals have been extremely active within the Caribbean Students Organization and the university on a whole. They have been a joy to work with over the years. They are dedicated to the Caribbean Students Organization, and they go above and beyond in serving this community. Join me in welcoming the Masters of Ceremony, our reigning Carib Fest Queen, Ms. Tishana Perkins and Mr. Joshua Griffith.
Thank you for that introduction, Conica. It is a pleasure to join in today's celebration. All the hard work these graduates have done over the years.
Yes, indeed. And with that being said, I would like everyone to please stand and let us turn our attention to the entrance as we welcome the graduates class of 2021. Please.
No say we are for win, yeah.
Yo, start material.
No say we are for win,
Yo, Brahma.
No say we are for win, yeah. No say we are for win,
Yo, Brahma fry.
With trouble. I'll do the life, you know, easy. No say we are for win, yeah. Walk with the camera like Jesus. No say we are for win. House Panny Hill, 34-inch rims, yeah. No say we are for win. Yeah, that's the Panny scene, not even a swim, yeah. No say me are for win. I'll do the life, you know, easy. No say we are for win, yeah. People downtown, we are sell on the street, yeah. No say we are for win. We work pan truck in a garbage bin, yeah. No say we are for win. You them in a the shop, where you do the bus trim, yeah. No say them are for win. Superstar and a no moon. Popcorn never born with no gold spoon. Tell Rona millions coming home soon. If you feel restart like Pro Tool. Life no easy if you nobody could have start, could have clean up. Josh, you have to stack millions for when times kite on a scene. I'll do the life, you know, easy. No say we are for win, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, in everything that we do, it is essential for God to be first. Please stand as we begin our celebration by welcoming the Holy Spirit through prayer conducted by Sikeli Semper.
Good night, everyone. Let's bow our heads to prayer. Dear most kind and gracious Father, we just want to thank you for giving us this great opportunity here today to celebrate our fellow CSOnian graduates. Dear Lord, you know the struggles that they have faced and the sacrifices that they have made to get to this point. And tonight we just want to celebrate them and give you thanks and praise for all that you have done throughout their time here at MSU. Dear Lord, we also ask that tonight's proceedings will run smoothly and you'll take us home safely when we leave this place. In your name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Sikel, for blessing us with God's presence. We will now invite Mr. Gabriel Ling, our 2020-2021 president, to do the official president's address. You may be seated, I'm sorry.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank you guys for joining us this evening. I want to start off by turning to the graduating class. I want to ask you guys to just close your eyes for a second with me. Now, don't worry, I won't come over there and touch you, but just close your eyes for a second. And I want you guys to think back to that first time when you came up to MSU. If you can remember it, maybe there's one point in time, the very first memory you had up here at MSU, or the first memory to do with CSO, or something that you remember at the very start of your journey. Just think about that. And now I want you to just take a deep breath and open your eyes. Yes, you're here. It's been a journey for a lot of you, I'm sure, of many challenges and many ups and many downs, but you're finally here and you're finally graduating, and I just want to say congratulations to you guys. Now, this whole ceremony is specifically for you guys, so we want to thank you for being here. We also want to thank those of you, well-wishers, families, friends, for being here. I want to thank you guys so much. It is important that, we celebrate this moment of accomplishment for these students. Now, don't worry, I won't be too long. I'm just giving a brief remark, so I'll save the good stuff for later on. I must admit that I am a bit tired and drained. I got my second shot of the vaccine yesterday, and it makes me feel sleepy. I don't know why. I don't think that's a symptom, but maybe the nursing majors could correct me. But I do feel a bit tired. Nevertheless, I'm really glad to be here and really glad to celebrate you guys, definitely. This is a moment that you need to be proud of. Now, I imagine you guys had many different struggles along the way. Many times where you were probably thinking to yourself, oh, why did I decide to come to university? Why did I decide to come to MSU? Why did I choose to get involved in CSO? Oh, I can't deal with these teachers anymore, man. I could imagine you guys had quite a few of those times. I know I have already, and I'm not sitting there yet. But you made it through another set of struggles. You made it to this milestone. As with any milestone, it's not the end of the journey. I know you know that. But while we celebrate here today, I want to remind you to keep that optimism, keep that joy for the next step, because you will need it. Post-graduation life is not easy, or so I've heard. And whatever challenges you guys may have to face, just as you overcome and came this far, it's the same way you can overcome, and we'll go further. And with that being said, I want to leave a very special quote my dad left with me. He told me a quote from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, and it says this: "The heights of great persons reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards through the night." And that quote has always stuck with me because it's so true. Whatever you want to accomplish in life, wherever your dreams take you, you're going to need to work for it. You're going to need to work for it. And it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of dedication and a lot of hard work. And you're going to have to work for it. So I urge you to keep this optimism with you and let it help you throughout your next step. Now, As I said, I'm definitely not the speaker this evening, and I'm thankful for that. Just my brief remarks. And I want to share with you a memory I have from high school graduation many years ago. I had to give a speech at my graduation. This is just to lighten the moment. And I went up there. I was supposed to acknowledge everybody who was there. But the first thing I said, I'm sorry if I seem a bit nervous. I never stood in front of people in a dress before. And the gown, I'm telling you, it felt like a dress. So that's the first thing I blurted out. And that's okay. Everybody, you know, at the moment laughed, and they were okay with it, even though that's not what I was supposed to say. But throughout the remaining of these proceedings, I want you guys to loosen up, relax, and really celebrate with us. It's not going to be a very serious ceremony, but something that you guys, I hope, will enjoy, and I hope will be memorable for you all. I want to thank everybody else for coming, and I look forward to the rest of this sermon.
Thank you, Gabriel. Being a part of the Caribbean Student Organization means you get the opportunity to use your talents to educate, entertain, unite, and most times inspire. These young ladies are a wonder to this organization, and they use their talents to bless this organization. Please join me in welcoming the Prevel sisters to bless our ears and hearts with their beautiful voices.
Congratulations. Good afternoon, everyone. The world trapped inside an ordinary girl. She looks just like me, too afraid to dream out loud. And though it's simple, your ideas won't make sense to everybody. You need courage now if you're gonna persevere. You've got to answer when you're called. So don't be afraid to face the world against all odds. Keep the dream alive, don't let it die. If something deep inside keeps inspiring you to try, don't stop and never give up. Don't ever give up on you. Don't give up. Every victory comes in time. Work today can change tomorrow. It gets easier. Don't you know that you can fly? And every step will take you'll get closer to your destination. You can feel it now. Don't you know you're almost there to fulfill divine purpose? You've got to answer when you're called. So don't be afraid to face the world against all odds. Keep the dream
Hello?
Is this my voice? That was beautiful. I keep asking them if they have an open auditions. I want to get in. Moving right along with the program, I would now like to invite Ms. Khadijah Moore to introduce for us the keynote speaker for this evening's celebration.
Permit me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. Mr. Trevor Wildman, MSc, was born on the 30th of October, 1965 in Sauters, St. Patrick's, Grenada. His education journey began in his native land, where he attended the St. Patrick's Roman Catholic School, the MacDonald College, and the Institute for Further Education, where he received A-level certifications. He moved to Wichita Falls in 1991 and studied chemistry. In 1995, Mr. Wildman successfully obtained his Bachelor's of Science in Chemistry from the Midwestern State University. In that same year, Wildman began his graduate program. As part of his academic career, Wildman conducted several research activities. This included the isolation of a restriction fragment from the HCF 103 locus of Zea mays. This particular project attempted to isolate a fragment of DNA containing the gene that coded for a specific enzyme in the photosynthetic pathway. The ultimate goal being the identification of various ways to disrupt photosynthesis, thereby killing the plant, with a possible application in weed control. This research was presented at the Texas Academy of Science at the University of Texas, Tyler, in the spring of 1998. Wildman successfully defended his thesis in April of 1998. Following the completion of his Master's of Science in Biology, Mr. Wildman began the coursework for his teacher's certification in education from the very institution. His teaching experience includes, from 1984 to 1991, a high school teacher at high school teacher of biology, chemistry, and agricultural science at Mount Rose Secondary School. In 1992 to 1995, he was a general chemistry lab assistant. 1998 to 2006, he was an international baccalaureate chemistry teacher. 1995 to 1998, he also served as a graduate assistant at MSU. From 2007 to 2020, he was a lecturer at the St. George's University Department of Biochemistry. He currently is a teacher of chemistry at the Ryder High School. Mr. Wildman's philosophy of education, and these are in his own words. I believe that students have to take ownership of their education. That said, as educators, we also have the responsibility to empower them to do so. As often as possible, I like to deviate from the traditional chalk and talk method of instruction. Integration of technology, which includes video clips and graphics, help create variety in the classroom and cater in part for students with different learning styles. I also try to get to know as much about my students as I can. This allows me to create links in the classroom that they can relate to. As a student, I believed in the attributes of study groups, peer tutoring, and I also encourage my students to do the same. I also make myself readily available before and after class for one-on-one assistance. Mr. Wildman has a sampling of some of his past students' impression of his classroom. These include, he makes the abstract relevant, laid back but quite effective, humorous, or at least he thinks he is, fun and corny. Respect is never demanded, but expected and given. Without further ado, I present to you the Caribbean Students Organization's featured speaker or keynote speaker, Mr. Trevor Wildman, MSc.
Thank you for those kind words. For a moment there, I forgot they were talking about me. I was wondering, who is this person? You know, I've been teaching for like 31 years, so it's been a while. But before we get into the formal part of this evening, I want to ask a favor of you. If I can get you to just all stand with me, including our graduates. Just stand with me for a moment. And I want us to pause because we are looking and we're standing at a time in this world where there is so much uncertainty. When we look at what's going on in India, when we look at what's going on in other parts of the world, when we look at what's going on in our own neck of the woods in St. Vincent with the uncertainty of the volcano, I want us to just take a moment and just pause. Whatever greater being or deity that you believe in, I want you to just pause for a moment and let us say a silent word of prayer. Thank you so much for your cooperation on this. I invite you to be seated. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. I sat and when I received the invitation and I read the theme for this year's graduation, I thought, what would be the best way to approach this? There's so much that's in those few words that I thought that probably would be bereft of me if I leave any part of it out. So I thought, well, maybe one way of approaching it, we have a motto that's about 18 words. With about 3 of them repeated in there, so 15 words. If I spend maybe about 5 minutes on each word in the motto, that's like 75 minutes, and then another 15 minutes or so to pull everything together, that would fit nicely into a 90-minute speech, right? Sounds like a plan? Yeah? All right, so let's go. So two is the preposition, a very versatile little word that can be used to say many things. You can use it to indicate a goal or direction, as well as, all right, if you guys really believe that, then I have lots of things that I want to say you. There's no way I'm going to go through the entire motto word by word and keep you here for 90 minutes. For those of you that are used to Caribbean graduations and secondary school graduations in the Caribbean, please, I beg of you, if you do go back home and if you have any clout in anything that goes back home, we have kids for 5 years in secondary school. We have 5 years to torture them. Please, let's stop using graduation day to torture those kids. Before I returned to this side, I had to go to my daughter's graduation from Anglican High School. And we went there sometime about, I think it was like 1. And I think I left maybe about 9 p.m. And I have no idea what happened in between. Absolutely no idea. So I'm going to try to keep this brief, all right? There are 5 little words that I want you to think about. It's not my own words. I picked it up. I was just sitting there, and an ad flashed, and There were 5 words that were mentioned in there. And I want you to think about that, not just at the beginning, but at the end also. Nobody dreams in conventional thinking. Nobody dreams in conventional thinking. And I want to use my own experience and my own journey to help make that point. Nobody dreams in conventional thinking, because boy, did I try to dream in conventional thinking. When I was 17 and I just started my teaching career, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go off and study. And I'm there thinking, I need that scholarship. I need that government scholarship so that I can go, because I have no money, I have no resources, and I want to go study. All right? And would you know, after about 3 or 4 years, something just fell in my lap, and I was like, whoa, this is great. 1983, a little history lesson for you. President Ronald Reagan proposed, and Congress passed the Caribbean Basin Initiative that provided economic assistance for the Caribbean in the form of scholarships, incentives for investment, and tax breaks for companies that want to import stuff from the Caribbean. So, guess what? 2 full scholarships. 2 young teachers in the same school who knew no one, had no strings, talent recognized. They got 2 full scholarships. We were like, wow. We couldn't believe it. It was too good to be true. And you know what they say, when something seems too good to be true, sometimes it is. Lots of times it is. Because guess what? Because we knew no one, and no one knew who we were, really, someone in the Ministry of Education decided, we have 2 full scholarships, let's not waste it on these 2 young talents. Let's find 2 people in their 50s that are getting ready to retire, and let's give them that scholarship so they can go get qualified and come back and retire. Does it sound like a great plan? Yeah. So poof, there went our scholarship. I was depressed. My friend wasn't. I don't know how you found MSU, but the next thing I know, I was getting, and I'm really going to date myself now, I was getting a letter, snail mail letter, from someone at Midwestern saying, bro, this place is good. You can do it here. And I was like, I have no idea where in the world that is, But I believed him, all right? He not only believed, but he acted, all right? There was a goal, there was something that he wanted to achieve, and he did not give up. Even in the midst of bitter disappointment, he did not give up. And once he found something that was going to work, he immediately turned around and said, bro, you suffered with me. Come, you can do this. Of course, I got sidetracked. You're young. There were stuff like marriage and a kid and all this other stuff. It took me about 3 years to get here. And I got here, and I found that it was everything that he said that it was going to be. A wonderful place to study. So what happened afterwards? I came, I believed, he reached out. At that time, he had already graduated and moved on. Reached out and said, we can get more people here. 2 years after I got here, let's start an organization because we can make this thing work. And that's how CSO started. 2 years later, as a volunteer in graduate school at the time, volunteering and saying, we can make this happen. How can we make it happen? Well, I had the good luck, fortune, fate, whatever you may want to call it. My second semester, Because back in that time, no one here knew what A-levels and all of this stuff was. So guess what? I was given a conditional acceptance to Midwestern. It's like, let's keep an eye on him for a semester and see if he can really cut it, because we don't understand those credentials. Maybe he may just flunk out, but let's see what's going to happen. And I did not know that until several years later. Had I known that, I would have been sorely tempted to walk into admissions office when I was one of the finalists for Clark Scholar and say, conditional acceptance, check this out. But it wasn't their fault because they didn't know. And I remember during the period of the 90s, when there were so many opportunities for all of this to get derailed. Because when I came, the competitive waiver scholarship, believe it or not, was $200 a year. That's all you needed, $200. And when that was applied to my tuition, I had less than $500 to pay. Think about that. For 4 years, my tuition did not surpass $5,000 over 4 years. Suddenly, the state decided we had too much of an influx of people coming in. We have to make this a little more tougher for people coming in. So from $200, it was bumped up to $2,500 as a competitive waiver requirement. The program would have died. It really would have died. The university was like, there's no way we can come up with that kind of money to cover this for the students that we have. All right? What did my friend do? Think outside the box. Don't just have a plan, but you have to dream and hold on to your dream. Think outside the box. What if we created a pool of money that was scholarship money that the governments can pay into, that can cover this cost? We can keep students here and we can keep bringing more students. Because guess what? He somehow convinced Dr. Rogers that this guy that you have in your chemistry class that you think is so great, man, we have like thousands like that in the Caribbean. And better ones too. And I was like, man, you can sell this stuff. You can sell this stuff. And then through the years, I've seen the talent, the sheer talent that has come through this program. And I can stand and say, without feeling any inferiority with myself, that he was right. There's so much more talent that came through, so many people that were better than me, and so many of you that have so much more than I did, and have the capacity to do so much more than I did. So the onus then is on us going forward as we dream and recognizing the impact that we can have on all of this stuff and just believing in our dreams, right? And in case you hadn't figured it out through everything that I was saying, my friend who reached back at the beginning, my friend who started all of this as a volunteer, my friend who later became the director of all of this is none other than Dr. Randy Glean. And I'm saying all of this to tell you that it took a lot for this to happen, and it had to have dreams, and it had to have plans. And let us never let anyone tell us who our heroes are. Because without him, this program would have died way back in the mid-90s, and there never would have been a program for you to come to. It would have died way back then, right? So I'm thankful for the opportunities that I got from it. And I'm thankful for the opportunities that you got from it and that you were able to embrace and take all of this and take the mantle and make the most of it. You may have friends and families who were able to make the journey to be here with you. I'm not familiar. I'm only recently back. And I want them to know how much you appreciate. I'm sure you have told them how much you appreciate the sacrifice that they have made to allow you to realize your dream. And I want you to know how proud they are today as you sit here having achieved that. But I also want you to recognize that one of the things that I was so ignorant about when I first came here was the fact that the exercises that you had today is termed commencement. Because I want you to think about that. And I want you to be able to revel in your accomplishments and feel proud of what you have done. But don't spend more than a moment in that, because this is just the beginning. There is so much more greatness that is awaiting you, so much more that's out there that you can accomplish, that this is not it. I remember having that feeling when I was walking across the graduation stage 26 years ago, doing what you did this morning, right? Or this afternoon, and thinking, wow, is this it? Was it what I was dreaming about for all this time, and something, it just felt empty inside? And it was like, this can't be it. And I want you to be able to feel that at some point today, that this is not it. I don't want that to kill your joy, because I want you to be able to enjoy the accomplishment of today. But deep inside, believe that this is not it. There is so much more still that has to be done. So much more still that you are going to accomplish. And so much more that you would do to change this world and make it a better place. All right? But how are we going to be able to do that? We have to remember that we should not dream in conventional thinking. I want you to remember and enjoy all of it, because remember, the tassel is worth the hassle. The tassel is worth the hassle. All of those sleepless nights, all of those days not knowing where your rent is going to come from, all of those days when you're not sure what you're going to eat, the tassel is worth the hassle. And at this point, I want you to again just pause for a minute, recognize that. And I want everyone in here to join in giving these people a round of applause. My Caribbean brothers and sisters, today we honor you and we congratulate you on this achievement. But I want to leave you with the words of the great Nelson Mandela, who is quoted as saying, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Keep that burning within you. Keep that desire burning within you. Keep that passion burning within you, because you have so much more to give this world, and you don't want to shortchange the world on that. So I congratulate you on your achievement, and I thank you for the opportunity to be here to share that with you. But I want you to remember that nobody dreams in conventional thinking.
Thank you, Mr. Hey, Mr. Wildman, were you gonna run away? Thank you, Mr. Wildman, for your words of wisdom. And I'm quite sure your message has touched the hearts and souls of these graduates today. See, that's a humble man. He ran away from a gift. We can all agree with one thing. Caribbean people love music. To be specific, We love our steel pan. And we enjoy embracing our culture. I would now like to invite the CSO band to perform a rendition. Ladies and gentlemen, Black Steel. My apologies, CSO band. Wow. I think I just got a little excited earlier when I saw the steel pan. I can't believe I almost didn't let the boys go on. That was beautiful. I saw one of the graduates tearing up. I was like, don't do it. Don't do it.
So thank you, guys. We appreciate you very much. Now we turn to the purpose of our presence here today. Congratulations to each and everyone graduating today. And we wish you nothing but success in your future. This is the time in the celebration where we would hear from the graduating class. Each student will get the opportunity to say thanks to all who contributed to their success. Sometimes it can get emotional, as each individual's journey and path is unique. So don't be afraid to shed some tears, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, our Spring 2021 graduating class.
Good evening, everyone. So, today we have students graduating with various degrees and various levels of honors. And for those graduating with summa cum laude, we would give them an automatic, which is the highest honors in the university. We usually give them a standing ovation. To begin, graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Respiratory Care from the Nature Isle of Dominica, Miss Cleisha Banis. Oh, she's not here. Graduating with a Bachelor's of Science, Geoscience, with a minor in Computational Science, magna cum laude, from the Spice Isle of Grenada, Mr. Marcus Batiste.
Permit me to take my mask off. All right. I definitely, just standing here is definitely an honor being here. All right, and as I look across the room, I'm filled with great joy. I'm filled with great joy. Yeah. All right. To start, must say, thank God. Well, I have to give the Father praise, right? Because 3 years ago I had no idea what I've been here, right? And thank God for Dr. Glean and Trevor who sold the idea for me. They really created this university, painted this university as a beautiful one. And when I came up here, the picture was even more beautiful, right? After arriving here, and interacting with a lot of people from this organization, CSO, I've definitely said that I have met lifelong friends, family, right? And I myself made my own family, right? And and yeah, it was a good journey, right? It was a good journey. This journey taught me to love, care, sacrifice. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. Moving right along. From the Nature Isle of Dominica, graduating with a Bachelor's of Business Administration, Finance, and Economics with a minor in Agribusiness, Mr. Zebediah Charles.
Deep breaths. First of all, I'd like to thank the Heavenly Father for guiding me here. I came here in 2017, right before Hurricane Maria, and it was a tragic, but CSO really comforted me. I saw the different nations come together and organize and help Dominica. That was really a blessing for Dominica, and I'm truly grateful. That has been a lasting impression on me, and I'm so grateful for the way CSO reacted to that. I'd like to thank my mother, little lady in the back, Sujay Charles. My queen, you work so hard, I know. I know. We made it this far. We made it this far. We're still a long way to go. Still a very long way to go. I remember the first time I came up here, I didn't come up with nothing. I remember Camila and Brian. They take me to Walmart. I didn't have no clothes at all. I checking like, Zeb, clothes is the only thing you want to buy in Walmart. I remember them days there. My CSO, my CFA Chick-fil-A family, I thank you guys. It's been a nice experience. And also the government of Dominica, providing us with tuition. That has been a blessing. I can never forget that. It's been a blessing. My brother Martin Thomas, from the Grenada. Several other brothers I've met along the way. Simeon, Celo, Marcus, Theo, several, too many to mention. Alec Roberts, where you are in the crowd, I know you're there somewhere. Francis, all of you. Blessings, much appreciated. It has been a nice journey, a truly enjoyable and remarkable journey, and the experience has, made me a more wholesome individual. I am truly grateful for that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Zeb. Next, from the Nature Isle of Dominica, graduating with a Bachelor's of Business Administration, Economics with a minor in Agribusiness cum laude honors, Miss Brianne Henry.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good night, sorry. I want to thank everybody. I want to start by first thanking God, because from 2018, it's been Him. Secondly, my mom. I just wish she could be there. I want to thank my uncle for being here. He's the closest family I have here. From 2018, I want to thank my friends and all my co-workers, Mesquite Dining Hall, Mavericks, Chick-fil-A, and especially everybody in Dillard that came up in 2018, or even those we met here along the way. I want to thank you for being here, for support, parties, everything. That just made my years. I appreciate it all. And I just want to tell everybody, enjoy today. Please enjoy today. And a little word of advice, enjoy today. Drink something nice and have fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Brianne. Next we have Craig, you're from Dominica, right? From the Nature Isle of Dominica / the United States. Graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering with cum laude red wine honors, Mr. Craig Leronde.
I claim the United States, but I'm not from the United States. But thank you for that. I just want to say thank you to everyone. My mom and my dad who could not make it today, but I know that they are very proud of me, so thanks to them for everything. Thanks to my family at the back. Thank you guys for coming. Thanks to the Almighty Father, of course, my gospel culture crew, all the mechanical engineers in here. Thank you guys so much for your encouragement over the past years. And this isn't the end for any of us, so keep looking out for big and great things. That's all.
Thank you, Craig. From the Nature Isle of Dominica, graduating with a Bachelor's of Arts in Global Studies with a minor in Spanish, cum laude honors, Miss Almira Lewis.
I graduated. To God, I want to thank you for seeing me through this journey. There were many discouraging moments, but you kept me. To my mother, grandmother, and Auntie Vivian, your prayers, your random phone calls, and continuous uplifting words are the reasons why I am standing here today. And for that, I would like to thank you for all that you have done and will continue to do. To my Uncle Osborne, though you may not be here, it would be remiss of me to not say thank you for your continued support, unprovoked educational parables, and our inside jokes that keep me motivated from day to day. To my oldest sisters, Elo and Trish, I want to thank you guys for always making sure that I was okay. Thank you for your advice, your laughter, and being the greatest friends that any girl could ask for. To my younger siblings, thank you for being my favorite twins and for the random phone calls at 2 a.m. when I was studying. I appreciated them. To my adopted sisters who became my tribe, Cadessa, Fine Oaks, Courtney, Cider, Amati, Peaches, Carrie, and Andra. Thank you for praying with me by the bowling fountain at random times in the day when I would just break down and I couldn't take it anymore. Thank you for laughing with me and for always pushing me to be a better and greater me. To my mentor, Dr. Matrice Kennings-Williams, who reminded me in my darkest moments that tunnel vision was necessary, thank you. To my extended church and the CSO family and anyone else who positively contributed to this journey, thank you for every message, every hug, every kiss, every word in passing, whatever it was. Thank you and long live CSO.
Thank you, Almira. Next, we have from the Spice Island of Grenada, graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Mathematics with a minor in Accounting, red wine honors, summa cum laude, Kishel Licorice. Please stand.
Thank you, everyone. I would just like to start off by saying with God, all things are possible, and he has really shown me that all things are possible. I just can remember the times of thinking or doubting myself and saying, Kishel, you can't do it. But he would show me that I could do it. Although my immediate family cannot be here tonight, I would just like to extend my gratitude towards them because they have been there from the go, always motivating me, always being there for me. They are my entire support system. Also my friends, those back home and those here, I would like to thank them so much. To the departments at MSU that contributed to my success, I would like to say thank you. Starting from the former ISS to now GEO, the math department, the honors program, residence life and housing, I would just like to say thank you to all of these departments. Just to shout out a few people here that have made a significant impacting my journey. Konica would like to say thank you so much. Clo, thank you. Marcus, thank you. Shimron, thank you. My favorite twins, Judy and Josie, thank you. And for everyone, just thank you for just being there for me. If it's a smile you gave me, words of encouragement, I'd just like to say thank you.
Thank you, Kishel. Up next, from the Nature Isle of Dominica, graduating with a Bachelor's of Arts in Political Science with a minor in Women's and Gender Studies, Miss Khadijah Moore.
Well, guys, I feel a plethora of emotions. I'm very grateful to be here today. It took a lot to be here today. At first, I thank God. You know, there are sometimes you question your faith, and you question your journey, you question your progress, and you question if this success is meant for you. And there were a lot of times that I questioned that. But my faith held on, and I held strong. And because of God, my family, and my friends, I am here today. This is for my mother. She's selfless, she's loving, she's a God-fearing woman who prays for me daily, who works hard. You know, she single-handedly helped me, you know, to continue this journey. Though so many times I wanted to give up. My family who are here today, my uncle, my cousins, my best friends, my roommates, Brittany, oh my gosh, Brittany, my hairdresser, and my motivator, you really held me down, Elisha. Elisha, thank you. Thank you so much for all that you guys have done for me. And honestly, to the entire CSO body, the executive, past executives, just the general body, thank you for doing so much for me during my 3 years here. You have made my journey very meaningful. You have impacted my life professionally, personally, you know, so many positive things that I can say, so many things that I'm thankful for today. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Up next, we have from the Nature Isle of Dominica, graduating with a Bachelor's of Business Administration, Management Information Systems, our graduation chair, Mr. Tariq Morvan, magna cum laude.
Good evening, everybody. This is hard. First of all, I would like to just say thanks to the big man upstairs, which is God, because without him, yeah, this was hard. Don't let anybody tell you that, yeah, you just have a bachelor's degree, because it was hard. You had to put in work, many long nights, and many, many, many cups of coffee later, I am here. Thanks to my brother and my sister, who came to support me. I know the rest of my family would like to come, but they couldn't make it. I know my mother is looking on right now, and I did not say your calls because I couldn't, because you'd make me emotional. I'll call you when I'm done. To my friends, I've made some really great friends while I've been here. Thank you all. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, I cannot start to name names because I would have too much names to name. But to faculty, staff, CSO, of course. Like, CSO has been so big for me in helping me, in guiding me, in giving me a family away from home because it's been hard. It has really been hard, but thank everybody that's supported me on this journey. And I know Dr. Wildman says it's not the end, but we're going to celebrate tonight, you know. Yeah. It's been hard and we're going to celebrate. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tariq. Up next, from the Nature Isle of Dominica, graduating with a Bachelor's of Business in Business Administration, Finance, cum laude honors, Ms. Verlies Paul.
Where do I begin? To God, thank you, because 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago, I don't know how I would have gone from being, I don't know how I would get here, basically. I just want to thank my support system. Zabs, this one is for you. To my sister Sunshine, thank you for being my main motivation, for all your support from the start to the end. Thank you. To the government of Dominica and my brother Shanks Esprit, thanks for everything. My friends, the tables over there, Christelle, Diara, Tara, everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Verlies. Up next, from the Nature Isle of Dominica, with a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, Ms. Kwana Robinson.
Good evening. I'd just like to say thank you to God for bringing me this far, to my parents for all the sacrifices they have made, my siblings for always being there for me, Alethea for always being there for me, and all the friends I've made along the way. Thank you.
The next person is from the Nature Isle of Dominica, graduating with a Bachelor's of Business Administration, Accounting, cum laude honors, Miss Edisha Rowe.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Edisha, as you know. First off, I'd like to thank God for protecting me, guiding me. I'd like to thank my parents. They're not here to celebrate with me right now, but they're there. I feel them there, but, you know, for their sacrifices, their prayers, everything, their hard work. I'd like to thank them a lot. I love them. Thank my friends, Khadija, Diera, Stanis, Christelle, Tara, Brittany in the back, Adina, Tish, Brian, Willies, Sunshine. I love you all. Wiltonic, Keisha, and thank you for coming to celebrate with us today. Thank you.
Next, we have graduating with a Bachelor's of Science, Mechanical Engineering, with a minor in Petroleum Engineering, from the Bahamas, Mr. Theo Rowe.
right, I'll try to keep this short. I'm fortunate enough to have a very special lady here today. My mother, she's sitting in the crowd. And alongside her is two other special ladies. And I'd like to give a big thank you for y'all. Y'all have been a major impact and foundation for me to make this accomplishment today. I'd like to say my time here, CSO has been an organization that's been very, very, I don't know what to say about that. It's made a very big impact on my life. I've been able to meet so many special people. You know, all my friends. I'd like to give a shout out to Zeb. I'm returning the favor. And I have so many more that I can't just sit here and name them, stand here and name them. But I'd just like to thank all of you and to my colleagues. Good job. Y'all did a very good job.
Thank you, Theo. Up next, from the Nature Isle of Dominica, graduating with a Bachelor's of Business Administration, Management Information Systems, Mr. Mendelson Seaman.
All right. Keeping with the theme of being thankful, that one word always comes to mind in this type of situation. I'd like to be thankful to the one above, to my family, especially my mother, even though she could not be here, my stepfather, my uncle, everybody who supported me, my friends. I know I'm a little headache sometimes to deal with and everything, but I thank you all for being there for me. That's crazy, boy. My roommates, Johnny and Benson, and my extended roommates, Cam, Brian, Francis, Alec, Kwana, Jayan, even if you go and leave us, and also the friends I've made here, Bleak, who's been a support for me, the faculty and staff of MSU who helped me through this journey, giving me some guidance, and also everyone as a whole who's been there for me and supported me in some way, shape, or form. Also, I'm not doing airport trips until tomorrow, just to let y'all know. But just thank y'all. Thank CSO. And I hope that CSO continues to grow and be better.
Thank you, Mendy. Up next, graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Special Education from Queen City, Nevis, Miss Kristen Springett.
You guys can hear my cheerleaders, right? So I'd like to say thank you to everyone who came out tonight to support us, the graduating class of 2021. I would also like to thank my family. You guys have been my support, especially to the toughest time of my life. And I would like to thank my inner circle, Tishana, Cheslin. They have always been there for me. And would you believe that these were students at the high school I was teaching before I came here? Yes. So remember, the persons you meet today, you might meet them 6 years down the road, and you will have some sort of impact on their life. So have a positive attitude. And yes, I did tell Tishana, and she keep reminding me to go to class and stop asking for money. But she has always been my support. So remember, and yes, Mr. Wyman, I heard you. Don't think in the box, think outside the box. I always encourage my students to go to school, go to university, but I just had an associate's degree. That wasn't enough. So if I were to encourage students, I had to come here where I met the Caribbean Students Organization. And let me say, it was the best time of my life. Yes, I had my milk. Yes, I had my party. Yes, I met Brian and Camilla. Camilla took me to Walmart. Brian was my co-manager for the Steel Pan Group. And Francis, I can still hear those drumsticks. Yes. To my friends of the Steel Pan Group, especially Judy Zana and Judy. Thank you so much for just being there for me. Mendy, how could I forget you? In my last semester, Mendy woke up every morning at 7:10 to see a message from me. Yes, I'm getting ready. Only to be ready like 30 minutes after. And I did get those words, but he woke up every morning to take me to school so that I can do my clinical teaching. I want to say thank you to my family who is here, Adrian and Sue. Thank you for coming so far because I couldn't have anybody else here. Again, if I forget anybody, please message me. I will come back and say thank you.
Up next, from the Spice Island of Grenada, graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science, Mr. Simeon Stafford.
Afternoon, everybody. Yeah, Blake. So, two things. The problem is that I make so much kicks on fellas that come up here and start crying long tears and thing. I don't know, big man crying. And right now, like the emotions just borderline, but because of that, I will try and be short. So, just wanna obviously firstly say thanks to God, because without him, none of this would have been possible. 4 years ago, I didn't have any idea of how I want to say thanks to my parents.
Don't watch that, dog. Don't watch that. Don't watch that. Be a man, dog. Dog. Don't let them see you cry, dog. Don't let them see you cry. Chuck. Be a man. You make it that.
Especially my grandmother in the back. Thanks for your support. All the friends and family that I made here, just want to thank everybody. And, just, thank you for everything. Thanks.
The next individual is graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Radiologic Technology with a minor in Medical Sociology from St. Kitts and Nevis, Miss Laurencia Walters.
Okay, I would like to say a special thank you to CSO. I was the fundraising chair from 2018 to 2019. It was a pleasure serving there. Also, I would like to say special thanks to all my friends that I've met here, and special thanks in this last semester, which has been very challenging, to my sisters who couldn't have been here, who would have loved to be here, and my other family members for just praying for me, and especially being there for me financially and assisting me as I go, because without them, I wouldn't have made it this far. A special, special, special thank you to my old roommate, my respiratory therapist, my doctor, and someone who has really grown close to my heart, Miss Winnica Brody. Also, a special thanks to my friend, Zemesco Potier, who came all the way from Fort Worth to celebrate with me. And a special thanks to everybody else who's contributed to my success, and pleasant good night.
Next, graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Chemistry with a minor in Biology from the Nature Isle of Dominica, Miss Chelsea Wilson.
Hello, everyone. I must say God favored me. It has been a long journey, but God favored me. I want to study for a moment of silence because during my years of study, I lost my grand-uncle and my two grandmothers who have been to every graduation except this one. So they passed away, and I know they are looking at me from heaven and congratulating me. So a moment of silence. I want to also thank my parents that have been my ride or die for the phone calls and for the motivation. They have kept me going. I want to also thank the Heritage Church. They have been my backbone. They have ensured that I have been okay all through the journey. I want to also thank CSO. CSO has been with me all the time. My friends I have made became my family. I want to thank my friends, my mentees, my mentors, Ms. Siobhan Alexander and Felicia Scotland. They have allowed me to bother them for chemistry. Thank you so much for your help and for your guidance. I want to also thank my friends, my sisters whom I have gained, Janelle, John Baptist, Anika, Kristen. I have a lot of them, too many names to call. It's so much, but thank you so much for your help and your motivation. Yeah, I want to also thank the Daniel family and also my pastor from Lake Charles. And yeah, I want to just thank everybody. It's too many names to call, but thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much for your guidance. Thank you for your motivation and your prayers that kept me going day after day. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached to the end of our graduates. The next individual, graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering with a minor in Computational Science from the Spice Island of Grenada, our 2020-21 graduating class valedictorian, Mr. Selvin Peters, a.k.a. It's Salo.
So, I want to first thank the Most High. God, like He has been really great for me. I mean, I may not pray I may not pray every night, but he really has been there for me and carried me throughout everything. I made a lot of friends along the way. Since I started, like everyone always welcomed me with open arms. Like everyone has been so kind to me, so great to me. But this is emotional for me, honestly. Like, honestly, I've planned since I came here on May 12th, 2016. I came to my first graduation. I think it was May 13th or 14th. And I've planned my graduation speech. Like, I've thought about it so much times. I know I'm here and I'm just lost for words. But I want to thank everyone who has supported me in any way, from my friends. I want to big up the SBI family, Ray, Garrett, Shaman, Rocky, Simeon, big up yourself. I go wrap it up. I want to thank my two sisters who was here, Pinky and Sophia. They have them together with my brother Travis. They have been my biggest motivation. Like, they set the bar so high, so high. And then but I've made it to my dad back home. Daddy, thank you. Like the rest of my siblings, thank you all y'all supporting me. To my girlfriend Lilia, thank you for always being my rock. Like you take me out from a dark place, and I appreciate you for that. But to my mother, Mommy, like, you have been with me from since the start, and I was trying to tell you, like, this is not the degree, but this degree that I worked so hard for, it's for you. Like, I just want to make you happy and make you proud. Just want to thank everyone. Like, the journey has been long and hard. Trust me, it's been hard. From working late nights, Home Depot stripes, boy. Just want to thank everybody. It's been hard, boy. Either ways, let me wrap it up. I want to say thanks to everyone that has contributed to me, like, who has supported me and who has looked out for me, heal me when you see me, you know. I try to smile to everybody, you know. I try to be the best I can be, but thanks to everyone. Give me a minute, please. I said I wasn't gonna cry, but based on the protocol already established, good evening, everyone. I tried to write a valedictorian speech, but I really couldn't come to words. I wanted to give y'all graduates, I wanted to tell y'all something that comes from the heart. I didn't want to pre-write something to make y'all feel like I go and Google that or something. Guys, I want to start by saying, non palma sine labore. I'm going to repeat, non palma sine labore. It's a Latin phrase. It means no reward without labor. This was instilled into me as a young boy going to GBSS. We have fought and we have endured the long days, longer nights, sleepless days, sleepless nights. We have been to it from the beginning to the end. Like I said, since I first came here, like, it's been a hard road, it's been a roller coaster ride. We all know the struggles, but we have made it. Yes, we have made it, but this is not the end. This is just the beginning. I encourage all of y'all today, do not give up. Keep fighting, keep pushing. This is just the beginning. Our futures are bright. The opportunity is there. We just have to reach for it. I'm going to try to make this short. I'm still crying, sorry. I want to say so much to y'all. I want to say so much. I really want to share my experiences, but that will just take up too much time. All of y'all know we all been there. We all been through the same fight. Though we may not go through the same struggles, but we all have endured. We all have made it, and we're going to continue to make it. So like, I'm going to wrap up this way. In the words of the late Pop Smoke, aim for the stars, shoot for the sky.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Graduates, may you please stand. For one last time, we present to you the graduating class of 2021. I now turn it over to Tishana. Thank you. May sit.
Ladies and gentlemen, CSO graduation where grown men cry. He said, especially Cello. It was indeed a great year, and we extend congratulations to everyone who graduated today. In everything we do, it is essential to give thanks, and there were many individuals who worked hard in making this celebration possible. I will now like to invite Mr. Tariq Morvan to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening again, everyone. As we bring to a close this year's graduating ceremony, on behalf of, we're giving Cello a minute to finish crying. On behalf of the Caribbean Students Organization, I would like to just say thank you to our specially invited guests from the G office, Camilla and her Mr. Brian, Matthew Park, our Associate Director. Then we have Dr. Wyman, our keynote speaker, Mr. Dwayne Rollins, President of the All Alumni Association. We'd like to give a special thank you to some individuals who made this event possible through their hard work and dedication, to Ms. Brianne Henry, which is chair of the decorating committee, to Ms. Edisha Roll, who is chair of the food committee, who's going to provide us with a few refreshments after. We also have a few names that worked tirelessly throughout last night, for the last 2 days, just setting up, making sure everything is in order. We have Miss Deara Green, Miss Adina Matthew, Miss Lidie Joseph, Miss Chanel Roy, Miss Dana Peltier, Miss Janelle Fontaine. Fontenelle, I'm sorry. Fontenelle. Miss Janelle Fontenelle. We also have Miss Brittany Clark. Thank you to our special performances from CSO Band, of course, the lovely Preville Sisters, who blessed us with their music this evening. To the graduating class, no amount of applause this evening can mark or measure your journey throughout the last few years. So when you walk out this door, we know it's not the end, but like Cello said, keep your heads high. We have a lot to accomplish. We have a lot to do. And remember, push, fight, never give up. And of course, however you choose to celebrate tonight, celebrate. I mean, celebrate. So as I leave you all here tonight, thank you to all the friends, the families who came out to support us, and have a safe journey home. Have a safe journey home this evening. We do have a musical rendition to bless you all before we leave. But as always, guys, good evening and long live CSO.
Wonderful. So we'd like to introduce the sports chairs, Ms. Latifah Johnson and Mr. Tariq Pratt, to announce the sports awards.
Good evening, everyone. I am Latifah Johnson, and
My name is Tariq Pratt.
we just want to thank everybody who supported us during this sports year. Although we didn't have a lot of events, but we just want to say thank you. We want to say congratulations to all the graduates, and we want to remind you all this is your day and a day of celebration. On that note, we are going to announce the rankings for the CSO pandemic sports year.
So in fourth place, we have a team led by the Blue Bachelor and Bachelorette, Joshua and Jocelyn. Team Wildman. In third place, we have another squad led by the Yellow Youngsters, Diamond and Miguel, Team Thomas. In second place, the underdogs, the riot of red men and women, led by Tariq and Melanie, Team Glean. And finally, last but not least, in first place, the gracious group led by the Green Giants, Jabez and Sherika, Team Innis, your 2020-2021 champions. A round of applause for all the hardworking team players and team members. Because of y'all and y'all hard work, to all the graduates, thank you for everyone for your contribution for making the semester as successful as it was. Thank you.
Although I still think that Ines really didn't work for that.
I can't be a co-host anymore. What is this?
As a Wild for Life person, I am, and I will say that we were the better house. Anyways, as we began with prayer, so shall we end. We would like to welcome back Mr. Sekeli Sempre to close our celebration.
I'd like to ask everyone to stand with me and bow your heads as we pray to close. Let us pray. Dear most kind and gracious Father, thank you for quite an eventful evening. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of the graduating class of 2021. Lord, we appreciate everyone and their achievements, and we congratulate them and send them out into the world to do great things, dear Lord. Lord, as we depart from this venue, take everyone to their various places of residence safely, and continue to keep and guide everyone safe. In your name I pray, amen.
You may be seated. Thank you all for coming out today. And once again, congratulations to everyone who graduated today. If anybody is having the slightest bit of a bad day, I just want to remind you, You guys started university broke, but now you end broke with a degree. Just remember that. There is no downer that can come into your life. Just remembering that.
So I guess it's time for some inspiring words now. So please go forth and remember to be bold, be courageous, be your best. There is no script in life. Wherever you may go, do it with your heart. Follow your fare. If opportunity does not knock, build a door. Thank you.
I could top that. Never ever forget to embrace failure, because it is, after all, the condiment that gives success its flavor. Graduation is not the end, it is the beginning. I leave with you these words: the sky is not the limit, it is only the view. Thank you, and have a safe journey. Oh, the semester's still in me a little, I'm sorry. I was so hyped to introduce them earlier and I just walked away from, oh no. I would like to introduce the talented, tantalizing even. I would like to give you all Black Steel.
Graduates, please stand. You may leave. Ladies and gentlemen, we have light refreshments as you leave, pre-packaged. Feel free to grab something to eat. Thank you for coming up.